Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Graylin Owens, and today I'm going to be talking about how music can develop emotional autonomy in adolescence. All right, to start with, introduction-wise, so I researched a little and found an article about the Black Arts Movement. It was in 1968, and it represented Black culture through different types of arts, expressing African American culture through music, art, poetry, theater, and other outlooks. I was hoping to find through this case study that music plays a big role in adolescents' life for developing emotional autonomy. The connection between these two are very strong. To develop emotional autonomy, you need to express yourself. Your expressions and your choices, the arts, are a way to express how you feel at a certain time. This connection is still happening today in our world. Music, art, poetry, and other art outlooks help to express emotion and are a way for it to be heard and seen. So for this case study, my hypothesis was children who perform music throughout childhood will develop emotional autonomy. So with this, I wanted to research how music can affect a person or an adolescent and the connection between art and emotion. For my methods, this is a single case study and semi-structured interview. I was able to meet at Happy Mess Art Studios, the place of my work, and also the place that helped me get connected with this adolescent. The interview was on July 26, 2016, and my interview with the adolescent lasted 52 minutes and 45 seconds. Some key interview questions that I thought would be important to kind of understand his point of view is there any relationship between your performance and your life? How do you feel when you perform? What are 5 words you feel when you perform? What inspires you to continue performing? And where do you see yourself in 10 years? And do you have any hobbies? I thought these questions would give me a good understanding of the relationship between music and emotional autonomy. And so that's why I chose these. So this interview was super interesting. I was able to gather a lot of information about this adolescent. And the adolescent I interviewed, Jeffrey, was 17 years old. He was from Durham, North Carolina. He had 2 sisters, and he was the 3rd child. At the time, he lives with his mother and his father and has been playing a musical instrument for 7 years now. He also enjoys expressing what is going on in life today through his art. Jeffrey's music teacher played a huge role in him developing emotional autonomy. His teacher, African American experiences, and stories were able to share wisdom with the class as well as Jeffrey about life. Jeffrey then was able to express himself as a Black American adolescent in his daily life. Jeffrey used music and art to express his emotions. It was not about someone hearing him necessarily, or playing and listening to him or seeing his art. It was more about him being able to express his feelings and get the word out into the world. Jeffrey's experiences connected to this literature I found. By expressing himself, he was able to express the life of a Black American adolescent. He is able to express what is going on around him through music and art. Some of my favorite parts of the interview was when he said a couple things. One was he was talking about his teacher, and he said he's really crazy. I would say just been in the musical environment. It flows into your life, and your life flows into it because it's not all about music. I thought that was really awesome, and it reflected how music can flow into your daily tasks or situations that are going on in your world. Another one that I really enjoyed was when he was talking about his art and his graffiti. I asked him what would be something he would put on a wall, and he replied with, he would have a boy, he has a mask on his face, He had eyebrows, and then explained to me if I've ever seen eyebrows cut a certain way with lines in them. He would have a bunch of earrings and a big afro. He had a lot going on inside his head, and that's where the afro comes in. He couldn't speak about it because people think he is crazy. So he does not know how to speak about it, and that's where the mask comes in. He also stated that it's a whole lot deeper. So even music, it's a whole lot deeper. Another quote that I really enjoyed from him in the interview with him was talking about everyday band class and how he felt. And he said, one way, and you go in the band classroom and play for an hour or whatever, and it broadens your horizons for the day and what the day could bring. The last thing that really stood out to me during the interview was when I asked him to express to me 5 words that music brings. He replied with, I would say pain, with a strong feeling of it and a very quick response. He responded with that. Followed was joy, hope, depression, and inspiration. He also stated that you could play one little slide, and it could all be in that. Meaning that pain, joy, hope, depression, and inspiration could all be in one line of a music song. He said also that music can change your whole mood. That right there really explained to me that music is very powerful and is able to help you with expressing emotion. So in my discussion, I want to talk a little bit about a couple things. He stated multiple times that music makes you feel emotions, all different types in just one song. He also stated that music keeps him going, and he explained and expanded his horizons. He has made many friends through music as well. My results supported my hypothesis and found this to be true. So I do think that music can develop emotional autonomy. I find that with music and art, Jeffrey is able to express his emotions just like the literature in the Black arts movement was able to do for many African Americans in the 1960s. As well, I also think that this is still going on today. And music, art, performing is all different ways that we can express our emotions and how we feel about life situations. I think it would be a good idea to do a couple more interviews on adolescence to get a better understanding if this is a true hypothesis and if this is true for all adolescents. I want to thank you for listening and hope everybody has a great rest of the summer.